Hey everybody, trying to pick up where I left off on the on my last video about Morgellons. Uh, I said a lot in the last one about in and out of the emergency rooms. Uh, what a few doctors did to me, things like that. I still had the anger thing, and I just couldn't figure it out. You know, why the veterans are treating me that way, or whatever. So I went on Amazon. I thought, hey man, they got something that can look under your skin. I seen it somewhere, and I typed in handheld microscope, $14.95. You hold it in your hand, and it'll show your skin and underneath. Bang! I got it. Guess what? I put it on there, held it on especially the bad spots, but they can be in different spots. And I seen these fibers people were talking about. I freaked. I said, oh my God, Sherry, that's my wife. I said, come look at this. Oh man, no way, Anyways, I said, here, take a look. Can you look in your hair or whatever to see, just for the heck of it? I'm thinking in the back of my mind, man, I could be infecting her. But where I'm at in my research right now is they suspect people with fibromyalgia have this from the fibers and things like that. Okay. Mine was some kind of just toxic overload. It went wacky, everything. My heart rate, my blood pressure, my sugar went up. Finally, that was it. U of M hospital, 4 days, $21,000. They got my infection level down to 9. It was up to like 17 or 18. For some reason right now, even though I drink the silver every day and I'm using SSKI, which is a super saturated potassium iodide, I think I'm keeping up with the disease or ahead of it. I can only say 75, 80%. It does one thing to you another. Oh, by the way, you're going to see me twitch. Can't help it. I had a surgery here. They cut me right open, got to C2 or whatever it was in there. Took a dissection from a corpse body or what, I can't think of the name of it. Cut my old dying piece out. Stuck a titanium plate in it, some kind of glue, and a screw. The surgery failed. Anyways, I keep saying I'll go to the grave before I have anything like that done again, because like for 6 weeks, I was like a coat rack. Whatever that nerve gets at is, it had something to do with my pecs. You can't see it now because I'm so fat. I'll stand up for you someday. My arms, everything was numb, and on top of being like numb, and I couldn't use it, like a coat rack. It pained me, and the doctor said, well, a lot of times we're doing that kind of stuff if we touch a nerve, whatever. And then I heard nurses say, well, it'll come back an inch at a time for X amount of days, whatever. But I was like that for 6 weeks. And I can remember taking pain meds just so I could go to sleep. 4 hours, I'd wake up, Sherry, God bless my wife. She's a real lover, man. She should have fired me back 25 years ago. When we said, I do, she did. And we're still doing it. And I thank God for that. She's been such a wonderful, beautiful human being. I see a lot of people take advantage of her a lot of times, and I have to let her be herself. She's just that kind of person. Wants to help or whatever. She's a kids, grandmas, my kids, grandkids, they get over on her. Hey, grandma, whatever. That's between them and them. But I see a good comment that popped up. I don't know why. Hey, Patrick, I think it's great that you're doing videos. Great. I hope we'll get better. I don't have any kind of, my son's kind of into doing his thing. So he ain't got time to help me right this minute. There's just some stuff I can't see, or it seemed when I was on YouTube before, it had an easier program, but maybe I got a new one or something. But I did post on YouTube some pictures, and I did a video of what was under my skin. And since nobody at the hospital would look at my crap that I had, I take it back. Well, 14 months later, when I finally seen this intern, she scared the living hell out of me. Okay, I got PTSD. They claim it, you know. I had it when I went into service, you know, starting of it, because of how I was treated and raised and beat, and, you know, one of them kind of things. And then, you know, the service, I guess, whatever, brought it on, whatever. But I was starting to have a flare up, and man, she reminded me. She goes, you know, what are they doing for your PTSD? And I forgot I even had it. I honestly did not have any issues like that for 19 years. I don't, you know, but I felt it coming on, man. She was right in my face, talking loud. She's Hindu, heavy set, and I kid you not, both of her eyes went like this. And then she looked, you know, there was something going on with her eyes. I don't know, but she got right in my face, you know, like when you meet a new person, man, there's a safe distance, or if you're, you know, I learned all that in college, man. You know, job interview, you don't go up and stand 12 inches away from somebody's face, you know. Make a long story short, I just was going to get nervous. I said, well, yeah, I got, what is this you think you got, Mr. Dooley? You know, I told her. I didn't say Morgellons. I learned by then. I got something coming on my skin. I itch, you know, I went over, man, there's hundreds of symptoms. So, but what I ended up doing is my wife goes, we got some samples in the envelope here. And she kind of freaked when she looked at us. What it was is we put a screen in the bathtub. You know, I had my number one son, his wife, kids, a lot of people living with me. And when I bought one of the microscopes I was talking about, I looked under 9 of them in my family. Some of them weren't even from my area. You know, they lived 2 hours away, whatever. 2 of my sons, Dusty, one I didn't even expect, the youngest guy, 22, his hair was loaded full of them. I couldn't believe it. My head wasn't like that, you know. And then he looked around on his arms and belly and stuff, and he had a few on there. And number 2 son comes in and looks, Justin, got something really bad on his feet. He keeps calling it athlete's feet or whatever it is. I said, nah, man, that's Morgellons. No way. So I said, well, whatever you got, look at this silver I got here. You know, everybody's afraid to take it. Got a sinus problem? I put this stuff in my ears. I'm not going to do it here, but daily I had problems with my eyes. You could put it in your eyes. After about 3 or 4 drops, my eye gets heavy. That means it's doing something because there's something going on there. Happy New Year, dear. I'll give you a quick kiss. I don't need to turn off the video. Okay. Happy New Year, dear.
Love you.
Me too. Okay, anyways, thank you. But I put that in my ears. I drink it. 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces at night. I don't feel I'm healed yet, and that's the amount I need to drink for my body weight and for how I'm doing, you know. I think I'm done with the internal stuff as far as the intestines. I still have problems, and I think it could be because during my search for what's going on with these symptoms, one doctor at the VA said, you know, it's some teeth, man. You got some weird wired up stuff in there, and, you know, lead. But I also had, you know, whatever the metal was made of, and they felt, man, this must be making you sick. We think we're going to send you down to Detroit. I went down there and met this guy. He was like 70-something years old. The nurse waiting on me said she was 86. Okay? I sit in the chair. He says, oh, man, you're a mess. I can see why you're in so much pain. We can't get you in the operating room today. I know you drove a long ways. But if you're willing for me to extract every one of them out of here, I could do it in a chair. I was in such pain. My threshold's good on a lot of stuff. I said, yeah, let's go for it. And man, he numbed me up and did x-rays and all kinds of stuff. I sat there and I had one in the front left. That was a gold crown. The other, Some of these I lost with gold crowns. Those pathogens, man, they get under your teeth. You can ask anybody that's experiencing this, and they wiggled that loose to get at my nerves or whatever they was getting at in there, and then that tooth just come right out. I started putting them in a pill jar, and I stayed there, you know, gold or whatever, gold plated, whatever. It's supposed to be, you know, good stuff. But man, I was miserable for like about 3 weeks. My gums hurt. I take that silver and switch it around my mouth, spit it out, stuff like that. I wouldn't stop smoking. They'd say, well, don't smoke. Sorry, man. You know, I'm hard-headed about some things. Only hurt myself. So I'm thinking, yeah, I am feeling a little bit better. Another doctor had me on doxycycline. I probably did doxycycline for long term. First time was 30 days. Come back, man, I still got this stuff coming out of me. I bought him a sample in a, I can't remember what it was in, a pill jar or something. Oh, I pulled it out of her purse. He says, oh, you brought them here? Oh, man, I don't know. I don't think you should be doing that. He says, well, let me see something. And I see him grab one of them big, long cotton swabs, and he swabs it. I'll be right back. I want to go look at this in the microscope. This is Dr. Hadron or something like that in Midland, Michigan. And he comes back and he sent me for some special tests that had to do with, you know, like the Cleveland Center or one of them other places to see if I had a specific thing. But he put me on a pill along with that doxycycline. Next time was 90 days, and he got me. You're going to take it for 90 days. Sometimes what you got, he said, you know, your skin's 7 layers deep. Sometimes what you got is deep. You know, looking back at it, I think he knows, but probably I was the first one he's seen or something. I don't know, but his son works there too, and he's an immunologist. They tested me for everything to see if I was allergic to something. Nothing. I'd wear a CPAP mask. He cut the plastic off. He cut the straps. Put this crap on my back. I mean, I had no allergies, and he couldn't find nothing. So I just kept taking them. He gave me a green and white pill. I don't know the name of it right now. But I thought it was something to actually kill what I had in me. Come to find out, you know, 6 months later, I'm telling another doctor at U of M, and he goes, oh, yeah, that's a sedative. You know, it's kind of a sedative, but yeah, it does, because when I take it, you know, like 50 milligrams of it, I'd crash for about 3 hours, get up, you know. It was working, but I thought, man, it's killing this stuff. I don't know. But I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. I went through the family, looking at them with stuff, with my new scope, come preoccupied with it, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, where else I got this stuff? I heard from some lady, man, if you use coconut oil and rubbing on it, they don't like it. I didn't know what it meant, but I did it. And when I did it, I took a piece of toilet paper and wiped it off. And I thought, man, I wonder if anything's coming off here. Held it under my microscope, sure enough, fibers. I could look at them under my skin. Anywhere I had them, I could rub that really good with coconut oil, and it would come off. Okay, my theory on a lot of this stuff is we all got some kind of a biofilm on us. Because the way one of these doctors treated me at U of M, Ann Arbor, when I seen her, it's like somebody had put something in on my paperwork, like I was delusional or something. But I did tell her about the worm in my hand, and I did say Morgellons. But anyway, she goes, oh, worms can't grow on the human body. I mean, she was just really abrupt. There's another guy from another country that wears one of them turban things or whatever, and there's another guy looking on my back. Oh, I see something on your back. I want to take that off. And while she was talking to me, they took something off my back. You know, like a whatever, mole, something. So I think she had it in her head that, anyways, my theory after that day of humiliation and feeling like shit, I learned that if it's got that biofilm on it, that's a layer between your real skin and the biofilm. That thing could have laid eggs, been covered up by the fake skin. That's what I've been working on here, getting rid of this fake skin. And it came out. I got pictures when I learned how to, when I get some kind of program like I can pop to, you can see what I see. I'm just using a simple movie maker, something that comes with this computer. So I'm running at 15 minutes. Hope I ain't boring you, but I'll do some more videos, and thanks for watching. Hope you're all blessed.